speaker. It's an honor for me to stand here before a group of such hardworking, dedicated group of individuals. You've struggled exams, families, jobs, and challenges to be here today. The diploma you will receive represents a lot of hard work and sacrifice. So you alone can measure your worth and capabilities. Always stand proud in who you are today. When you first attended orientation 2 years ago, you were reminded by our management team to follow your dreams and push through all the distractions along the way to success. So I'm here to validate that all of you kept true to your goals, completed your education, and will begin new careers, or maybe even some of you will continue your education. You had a goal to earn a degree, you worked towards it, and you succeeded. Congratulations to the class of 2013. Before I introduce our keynote speaker, I'd like to give the graduates something to think about. You will all be receiving roses this evening. Take a minute to think about the person who was most instrumental in supporting you in your education at ITT Technical Institute. Please present the rose to that person if they're here tonight, or when you return home if that person is not present. Lastly, I would like to leave you with a quote by the former U.S. Education Secretary, Margaret Spellings, that I hope will inspire you to challenge yourself and never give up. Always aim high. Don't settle for what you know you can accomplish. Challenge yourself to pursue the impossible, and you'll go further than you can ever imagine. With that, I would like to introduce Mr. Awal, who is President and Director of AV Wonders, and ask him to come to the dais to say a few words. Thank you.
Dear graduates, family members, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests, thank you not only to ITT Technical Institute for giving me this extraordinary honor of delivering this address in this commencement ceremony, but also to all my past students whose appreciation and feedback kept my teaching drive all these years. Delivering a commencement address is a great responsibility, and it casts my mind back to my own graduation. The commencement speaker that was in my graduation was Mr. Marcelo Lacerda, one of the top leaders in the telecommunications industry in Brazil at that time, where I acquired my Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering in 1998. With majors in electronics and automation. The main part of his speech that I kept with me and tried to infuse in my own career was, on your drive for technology, never forget that we are all human beings, and your goal should always be to pursue technology to improve all of our lives, but not to allow it to take control of our daily free will and interfere in the freedom we are all naturally entitled to. Preserve the past, enjoy the present, and celebrate the future. It's a cliche, but I believe to be a good one to keep in your pockets throughout your new endeavors. So let's go back to a little history of my own past, just trying to create a vivid picture of the significance that education can play in our lives. My father, he grew up in Bangladesh, which is an underdeveloped country next to India, where he used to help his father on their family business while very young. Differently from his brother, my father set up a goal for himself to get an education which would help, hopefully, him to empower and to get a better life for his for him and his family. He used to walk barefoot to the village as he started his path towards his goal. After graduating from high school, he was admitted in one of the top universities in the capital of the country. Early in his career, he was offered an opportunity to pursue his PhD in Sydney, Australia, which he took after tearing his heart by leaving behind my mother and my 4 young siblings for several years in the hopes of achieving his dream. During his journey, he met a distinguished scientist from a Brazilian government who appreciated his work and offered him an opportunity to take the whole family to Brazil and help them develop their energy research and technology programs. At the same time, he got an offer to come to the US with an immigration visa, but at that time there was no job offer for him. So we all went to Brazil in 1976. I grew up in Brazil in a much more comfortable environment that my parents or siblings have experienced. I had the opportunity to attend the best schools and got my bachelor's after a lot of hard work, but with the pride that my father had enabled me to discover the whole world due to his single decision of pursuing his own education. When I return to Bangladesh these days, emotion still takes all over me once I realize that simple decision that my father took allowed me into a maze of opportunities that probably 99% of the natives of Bangladesh don't have. I could still be there now, who knows, drinking water that is not potable, not having a roof over my head. I could still not be even making $10 US a month to provide for my family. I always be thankful to my father for empowering me with education, which opened the whole world of opportunities for me. So now let's talk about your graduation. Graduation is an achievement worth celebrating itself. Honestly, especially living through 3 different cultures, I'm positive that no matter what you'll do after this day, be it a high-paying job or a voluntary position that you love, you'll make a difference in someone's life and to the society that you live in. You can look into my own career as a proof of this statement. While keeping a regular job, I had the pleasure of being part of the ITT faculty in Norwood for over 5 years. During that time, I met so many nice individuals who I tried to help as much as I could by trying to share a little of my own knowledge and skills, or directly by referring them to my employer, which actually has hired several students over the past. Currently, there are 3 of them which are my co-workers. One became the head of the drafting department, which I used to oversee. One is part of the same department who was a tow truck driver before. Recently, his wife and he had a beautiful daughter. And the other one is also part of the same group, also having her own baby recently. I had the honor to meet them during our classes in Norwood and was selfish enough to pick them up for our own company's own good. Everybody at our office loves them, and we all are growing together. I also have my own business where I also use ITT's help to source technicians for our daily operations. So look up for the future. I know that in our society, the first goal of our lives maybe is to be able to provide for us and our loved ones, since most of us didn't get a golden spoon on our birth beds. But once you achieve that, I'm sure you will if you keep focused and true to your goals and character, let destiny guide you for more and see if you can contribute a little by participating in local events in your community, sharing your opinion and or help in state, national, or international issues. Always keep in heart that the opportunity you are having today, even the blessing of being able to enjoy the refreshments in this ceremony, may be something that many of our brothers and sisters throughout the world will never have a chance to even glimpse on it. Destiny will be laying out your path, but try to make your free will work for the benefit of others as well as to your own. Preserve the past, enjoy the present, and celebrate the future. Lay the ground for a better world so our children and theirs can have the same or even better opportunities that we and our forefathers had. Don't get frustrated in a job search or a career that may not make sense to you in the beginning. Keep the faith, the hard work, and good values always within you, which will empower you to achieve your dreams. So finally, I would like to congratulate all the graduates in this room and also the ones that may not have been able to attend the ceremony for various reasons, and wish you all well in your careers and endeavors in the coming years. Congratulations to their families as well, since I know that all of you have shared sacrifices in order to be able to be here celebrating with us today. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Awal. Valedictorians. It is my pleasure to recognize the valedictorians from the School of Information Technology in the program of Information System Security. Having earned a cumulative grade point average of 4.0, this distinction goes to Greg Crosby. Greg, please come forward.
Sorry for the confusion before. Wasn't sure how to go about this, so I decided to tell you a quick story that I heard a few years ago. It's about a man sitting on a cold winter night in front of a fireplace in a small room. Fireplace is cold, there's no fire in it. He's cold, he's shivering. In his hands, he's got a piece of wood and a box of matches. And he's very angry because the fireplace isn't giving him any heat. So he starts yelling at the fireplace, "You give me some heat, I'll give you the wood and light you." Does anybody know anybody who thinks backwards like that? Because I was that guy just a few years ago. For a long time, I did think about going back to school, but honestly, I never thought I needed to. It was, the idea of higher education for me was just not something I thought was attainable or something I was going to try to do. I had it in my head that, basically the whole thing was a scam, it was a moneymaker. And you could probably get along pretty well with, and what you knew, good looks, winning personality. There's a word for Bill Gates. But I learned through trial and error and time that it doesn't work that way. It'll get you just so far. But if you want to get ahead, you've got to come here. I think somewhere along the lines we all figure out that that's true, and maybe we don't even know that we've reached that point. Maybe some of us have watched somebody else get a promotion because they had the degree. You might even know more than they do. And maybe it was just somebody who was older and wiser and just needed to give us a little bit of a push. Maybe it was a mentor at work, or maybe it was a friend that kind of talked you into maybe going to talk to the recruiter at school. Or maybe it was mom or dad told you to get out if you don't get up and start getting on with your life. either way, something got all of us up. Somewhere along the line, something reached each and every one of us to get us here tonight. For me, it was around the time my son was born. The situation I was in, I was working at Lowe's, making about $11 an hour. And pretty much, effectively, I was pretty much homeless. I had people I could stay with, but nothing that was really mine. And it's amazing when you have a child or when you have somebody that depends on you, how quickly your priorities change. I see something nodding his head. So whatever it was that motivated us, we all got here tonight. And you should all be very proud of that. And by the way, if you ever want to see that illustrated beautifully in a movie, see The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. That movie was an inspiration. Anytime you start to feel like things get too tough, just watch what that guy went through. Okay, sorry. Train of thought got out a little bit. So you're here, you did it, you finally made it. It's been 2 years for most of you. It's been 4 for some of us, 5 for others. Some of us took some time off. You should all be proud of that. You should be proud that we're here, all of us. But more than that, think about the reason that motivated you. Think about the people who are here with you tonight. Think about your family. Think about your friends. Think about your wife, your daughters, your kids, your husband. Think about all the people that supported you to help you get to this point. Because as much as we'd like to think so, none of us got here on our own. So whoever gave you that push, whoever was going to throw you out of the house, whatever boss got behind you and said, you know, no promotion until you've earned it. Even if you don't like them, tell them thanks. Just remember that while you're doing this, and maybe some of you have jobs and some of you don't, those people are still going to be here to support us. Hopefully. That's good enough. Just one quick thing. Thank you to everybody behind me on the stage, because a lot of these folks really gave me a kick in the pants when they needed it.
Thank you, Greg, for your sincere words. It is my pleasure to recognize the valedictorian from the School of Information Technology in the program of Computer Networking Systems, having earned a cumulative grade point average of 4.0. This distinction goes to Robert Gilmore. Robert, please come forward.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife, Dorothy, my kids, and my family. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to even make it here. It's been a long... I also like to thank every woman and man who served and is actively serving our country's armed forces, protecting our freedom. Without them, we wouldn't even have this right now. So thank you. You all deserve it. I also thank my professors, my IT sensei, Fred, that I work diligently with. Everybody else I work with and all my peers for hanging in there. Through them, I've been able to get the knowledge and skills to achieve what I thought once was unattainable. You know, from the time I was young, I've always had a curiosity for computing. God, it went as far back as to the drive-in movie theater over in Braintree here. If anyone remembers that, I was watching Tron. And Tron was the reason why I loved computing, but I just never had the time to to do it until recently. I lost a job at 7 years. I was working a part-time gig, promised to go nowhere. And I started picking up computers again, just like a hobby. And you know, my wife looked at me and decided I needed to take this hobby and actually do something with it and bring it to the next level. So I did. I came here and I applied to ITT. And it's done a lot for me. It's helped me further my skills in computer network systems. It's actually something I love doing. And to stand up here and say I have an associate's degree in computer network systems is unbelievable. I left high school early, I had a family early, so I joined the workforce and thought, hey, that's it, that's my life. But to find out now, it's just another new beginning. I have a lot going for me now. I was able to acquire a part-time job through an internship that now is a full-time job. It's becoming my career. And yeah, I'm 34, and this is something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I love it. And this is all because of everybody else out there. I appreciate it. You know, I look back over the past 2 years. It's been a long 2 years. My peers will understand the many nights and weekends that we had to sacrifice the accomplished and unaccomplished for. That's past my economics. But seriously though, we're here to celebrate the honor of obtaining an associate's degree, and a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, in our chosen fields of study. And that's something awesome. And something you all should be proud of, all of you, everybody together. You know, the time that we put in, you know, to doing this is a lot to be set for. And take everything that we have and go forward in life. And remember today, remember what you took to get here, because undoubtedly you can do that again and bring yourself further tomorrow. And if we apply the same spirit, tenacity, and intellect, which brought us all this far, we'll achieve our dreams. I thank everybody tonight that's been able to make this night very special for our class. And it's something very special. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you, Robbie. It is my pleasure to recognize the valedictorian from the School of Electronics Technology in the program of Computer and Electronics Technology. Having earned a cumulative grade point average of 4.0, this distinction goes to Kamil Zlowski. Please come forward.
Thank you everybody for being here tonight. 2 years now. It went by like a flash. Here we are. We've all worked hard, you know. Hard work and dedication, but we all made it. You guys deserve to be here just as much as I do. So I thank my parents for being here every day. Thank my classmates, thank my instructors. You guys made this possible. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to recognize the valedictorian from the School of Drafting and Design in the program of Drafting and Design, having earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.96. This distinction goes to Nan Nguyen. Nan, please come forward.
Those of you joining us tonight, thank you all for coming. I have the distinct honor of addressing all of you kind folks here tonight. and I'll do my best on behalf of the graduating class of ITT. So to start, our graduation is an important occasion, an event that occurs at most a handful of times for any individual, and it's quite the accomplishment to be proud of. Those tonight who graduate do so because they saw the need to further their education and strive to meet that need. In doing so, they had to reprioritize and make changes to their lives. For those of you who struggled with them, for those changes, you understand. So in part, the joy of tonight's accomplishment is something we can all share, not only as friends and families of these proud individuals, but people who have been able to gather here tonight to witness the next phase of life, which will bring even more changes. Oh, but we're not afraid of these changes, because we will be the ones bringing the change to our status, our lifestyles, our occupations, and hopefully even our wallets. Every individual is capable of this, and through personal challenge, we're able to see growth in ourselves. The challenge of going to school is not the same for all of us. It is different, and it is personal. It is an experience to undertake on your own. The graduates here have undertaken that challenge and risen to the occasion. Tonight marks their success. But it is not over, because everything around us continues to change. Society will revolutionize in new ways. Technology advances. Discoveries will be made. New leaders elected. And the culture will evolve. So to every individual, find new ways to explore the new, the old. Rebuild what is already there. Build a better you. I am challenging you to challenge yourself to new experiences. You want to get better at anything? Then always give no less than your best. An individual accomplishment does not mean the end of a journey's evolution. The journey is the accomplishment of the individual's evolution. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, Nan, for your encouraging words. Honors. Honors are awarded to any graduate who attained a cumulative grade point average of 3.50 through 3.79 on a 4.0 scale. Recipients of this honor are identified in the program by the silver cord worn over their gowns. Please stand and be recognized when your name is called. The School of Electronics Technology has two recipients of this honor. They are Willard Corby and Orlando Gomes. The School of Information Technology has two recipients of this honor. They are Ruben Marks and David Parillo. The School of Drafting and Design has two recipients of this honor. They are Christopher Champagne and Craig Kenny. Highest honors. Highest honors are awarded to graduates who attain a cumulative grade point average of 3.80 through 4.0 on a 4.0 scale. They are identified by the program by the gold cord worn over their gowns. Please stand and be recognized when your name is called. The School of Electronics Technology has two recipients of this honor. They are James Innes and Camille Zulowski. The School of Information Technology has five recipients of this honor. They are Robert Gilmore, Timothy McKenna, Brian Silva, Ryan Taylor, and Kurt Crosby. The School of Drafting and Design has one recipient of this honor. He is Nan Nguyen. Alpha Beta Kappa Awards. Congratulations to all of our honors and highest honor students. I now like to introduce the Alpha Beta Kappa Awards. For the past many years, the ITT Technical Institute Norwood campus successfully established the Beta of Massachusetts, chapter of the Alpha Beta Kappa National Honor Society, receiving its official chapter. Graduating students are nominated for induction into the Alpha Beta Kappa National Honor Society by faculty and staff. The following criteria are considered. First, demonstrated excellence in classroom and lab work, leadership in class and school activities, personal integrity and good moral character, and are generally in the top 10% of their class. Today, we are pleased to induct the following students. As I read your name, please come forward. Camille Julowski. Brian Silva. Craig Crosby. Project of the Quarter Award. Our school chair, Paul Plunowski, will now present the Project of the Quarter Award from the School of Drafting and Design.
The Drafting and Design Project Award is presented to Nine Wing for his prosthetic arm replacement capstone project. Young chose a subject that can easily be related to today's environment and the role of the military. His understanding of technology, military life, and the commitment that soldiers have to complete their mission led to this unique concept and design. This project is a result of skills he developed here at ITT, and combined with his personal and military experience, created a project designed to be potentially useful and beneficial to a specific population of dedicated veterans. Nine planned and very skillfully put together a full-scale presentation that incorporated currently built prosthetics, lightweight engineering designs, martial arts, and physics to design a lower arm prosthetic that would withstand combat stresses and conditions. Nine's hard work, imagination, and attention to detail produced an exceptional project, and I am proud to recognize his hard work and present him with this award. I now ask Nine Wing to come up to the stage to receive Drafting and Design Project Award.
Program Chair Paul Plunowski will now present the computer drafting and design candidates from the School of Drafting and Design.
I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree in Computer Drafting and Design, recommended by the faculty of ITT Technical Institute of Norwood, Massachusetts. I now ask the candidates to please stand.
Candidates from the School of Drafting and Design, Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority entrusted to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree you have earned together with all the appropriate honors, privileges, and responsibilities. My congratulations to you. When your name is called, please come forward to receive your diploma.
Christopher Champagne,